You can go to YouTube, link is in my bio. Thanks everyone for joining. John here. I'm a software engineer with about 10 years of experience. I was live streaming some coding on TikTok. We had our friend, how do you say this? Efseline Backer asked about my certifications. I have an expired AWS Solutions Architect cert. I could retake it if I want to. I don't really see the value necessarily. But I also have some LinkedIn skill certs. There's Ruby, HTML, JavaScript, CSS. And they asked about Python, and I realized I don't have it. So we're going to take it live. This I haven't prepared. I wasn't even using Python. I was coding in TypeScript. But I think I'm pretty good at Python. I did some leak code yesterday. You can check out the YouTube stream. And Madman asks, can you retake LinkedIn certs before we dive in? We'll check. And I think the answer is yes. I think there's a waiting period. Oh, it violates terms of service to share skill assessment questions. Oh, really? Maybe I'm not going to stream this. Maybe I'll just maybe I'll just take it on the other screen and show you my result. That'll be so stupid. Yes, you can retake them. Wait 3 months. Okay, cool. I wonder if they changed that. Can I stream taking I probably should have checked this before I just kicked on the camera, huh? Yes, you can stream a Python certification on LinkedIn. No, I think this like Google Chat AI or whatever misunderstood the question. Can I share LinkedIn Skill Cert questions? Thanks for the follow. So where's like the terms of service for this? Maybe here's what I'll do. I wonder if I can like shout out a similar question and like not, the available answers or whatever. Would that be different enough? LinkedIn Skill Cert terms of service. Mr. Meow says I'm probably fine. I'm with it, Mr. Meow. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know. Here's the service terms. I don't know. I'm looking. I'm giving my due diligence and my best effort here. Search for assessments. I looked for that, right? I think I searched for the word assessments. ASS. Classification comes up. Harass, right? There's nothing about assessments. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to take it off the screen and be a good, I don't know, Boy Scout or whatever. And then I'm just going to shout out, I'll do like a different, like a slightly modified version, right? So let's do JS Paint. We'll do a modified version over here. And I'll give you a fairly similar question in the same domain, but maybe different wording, and I'm not going to give you the answers that they would, because it's multiple choice, and I'm not going to give you those. And you can shout out what you think the answer is, and I'm not going to tell you what I think the answer is, and then we'll see if I passed or not. Sound good? This is our janky mode stream of taking the Python cert. I'm going to leave it misspelled because that fully captures the spirit of how janky this is. Ruben says, got this. I love the support, Ruben. Quick reminder, if you're on TikTok, you can go over to YouTube. Link is in my bio and see the full screen. There's also latterly.io in my bio. This is a free and open source website. You can upgrade for additional features, but there's a free tier. and there's a Discord, and I'd love to see you there after the stream. With that, question number 1. Let me actually open up this cert. How do I do this? So I'm going to my profile screen. I'm scrolling down to the skills section. Okay, so down here in the skills section, and I see a button that says demonstrate skills. We're smashing it. I see take skill assessments, 15 questions. Here we go. 15 questions. And we're going to find Python. Oh, there's a different one for Django. I'm going to stay the hell away from that. We can do a practice question. I don't want to do a practice question. How much are the certificates? These are skill assessments. They're totally free. They're totally free. So these are really smart for you to take these. We don't need a stinking practice question. Okay, the first question. How do you add a comment to a Python script? If you know the comment syntax, drop it in the chat. What is the correct way to call the function? Okay, so they got a few different ways of possibly calling functions, and a bunch of them are wrong. So do you know how to call a Python function? And they're giving us a minute. It looks like a minute 30 on each of these questions. Ruben, yikes, big yikes, Ruben. We're in Python. Remember. What is the correct syntax for replacing a string with another string? I'm rewording it, but that's basically what it's asking. Syntax for replacing a string with another string. Oh, replacing a string in a list. So it's a list of mixed data types, actually. They're not all strings, but this one is. So we have a list of different stuff, and we're going to look for a string and replace it. Ooh, that's tricky. 2 of them were very similar, but watch the number of equal signs. I guess that's a good reason to slow down when you're answering the question, huh? Applesauce user, that's a good answer. That was not one of the allowed answers, but yeah, that's a good answer. Madman, very, very close. You can do something a little bit simpler, though. But yeah, I think that would work. I'm actually not sure if that would work or not, but I think that would work. But you can do something simpler than that, actually. Jackered similarity is a... What is this? Oh, I guess that's maybe too much revealing the question. Okay, so it's a question about Jackered similarity. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know what that is. Maybe you do. And then it asks you for the implementation. Good thing it's multiple choice. Holy smokes. Okay. Okay, so I think the key here, if I'm understanding correctly, is understanding union set notation in Python. So go study that. If you know the union set notation, you can drop it in the chat. When an array is large, NumPy will not print the entire array. It gives you like the summary. And so, cool. So I'll leave it at that, and it wants you to know about basically NumPy summaries. Wow, that's crazy. A Python assessment is asking about NumPy summaries. Johnny, I used your not John's Linktree template for my GitHub page. Thanks. Great template. Thank you so much, Johnny. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember the answer to this. So we're going to do an educated guess. I know I can do elimination. We're going to do an educated guess. All right. What operator do you use to assess? So know your equality operators. Or your what do you call them? Like comparison, greater than, less than, all that kind of stuff. Know those, basically. You should definitely know those, right? How can the compiler identify the inner block of a for loop? Okay, so this is like for loop syntax. Know your for loop syntax, basically. This is so Python. This is like one of the, right? Okay, chat's got it. Chat's got it. This is like the thing that you need to know about Python. If you don't know this, Python will wreck your life. You'll be like so confused if you don't know that. Okay, suppose if you want to double check something about two matrices, okay? For debugging purposes. This is another NumPy question. Wow. This is looking like 20% NumPy questions. Complete this code by filling in the blanks. Okay, so they give you like an implementation and you're going to fill in a blank. Ooh, you need to know about matrix multiplication on this one. Brah, wow. I'm not 100% sure about the answer to this. Ooh, this one's kind of intense, eh? Educated guess time. This one just says, what is the output of this code? It's a NumPy. It's NumPy. It's using NumPy, and it wants you to know what the output is. So it's doing a NumPy operation, and then it's printing something, and it wants to see if you can see what it prints. Another case where it's just running some code and it says what will be the output. Okay. And this is sets. So knowing about set operations is going to be important. Makes sense. F strings. We got an F string question. Great. Know your F strings. Can somebody drop in the chat if you can do an example F string? Oh, wow. This is actually catching me off guard. Can you throw a non-string into an F string, or will you get a type error? I don't know. This is where my JavaScript and my Python blend together. I want to say it's fine. I'm not sure, though. I'm going to guess that it's fine. In this code fragment, what will some values be equivalent to? All right, so and this is another NumPy. Whoa, this is like 4 NumPy questions, 4 out of 15. It's almost like a third NumPy questions. Nope, that's not an F string. That's not an F string. There you go, Johnny. Johnny got it. Okay, so C and D being equivalent to... And wow, this is using NumPy with dot products. It's kind of intense, dude. Yeah, I can't remember my dot product, huh? Hmm. Okay, educated guessing time. I think I'm using the educated guess strategy on probably a third of these questions. There's like some that are easy and there's some that are not. What value would be returned by this? Okay, so this is just greater than, less than, your comparators, basically. Know your comparators. Oh, and remember about true versus false capitalization in Python versus other languages. We got a lambda question. Nice. Lambda expressions. For x in range, what will this return? Very last question. We're on number 15. What will be the output of this code? And it's multiplying an array and a integer. Oh, man. I don't know, dude. When you multiply an array by an integer, what happens? I actually don't know. See, what I would actually do is open up my REPL and test it if I needed to. Educated guess mode. All right, let's see my results. Unfortunately, you didn't pass. All right. So if you fail your Python assessment, don't worry. I've been programming for 10 years and I just failed it. And earlier we saw that you could try again in 3 months, but here we see in 6 months you'll get another chance. So I guess it varies by assessment. This is actually what I thought the waiting period was. Your score is in the bottom 30%. Wow. I guess I need to study up on NumPy and matrix math. That was fun. Okay, so let's get back to what's the LinkedIn assessment do? Does it do a badge or something? Yeah, here, let me show you. You get it listed on your LinkedIn profile. You get more jobs, all right? That's the TLDR, you get more jobs. Are you gonna do AOC 2023? I don't know what that means. Is that like voting for Alexandria Cortez? Advent of code, okay. I don't know, like, I don't plan on it, but we'll see. I'm big into Hacktoberfest, but other than that, I don't do a lot of the annual events, really. So with the skill certifications, you go over to your skills and you get this badge like this. Now, it may seem low value because it seems like, oh, like a recruiter needs to dig into my skills and who's going to do that? No, it's high value. It's high value. Recruiters have like filtering mechanisms on their side and they don't have to dig in. They just set up what they're looking for and it'll do keyword matches and it'll do skill matches. So this stuff, getting skill assessed will get you many more job opportunities. And if you apply with LinkedIn, it'll get your priority bumped up. It's a really great idea. It's a really great idea. All right, cool. Now let's get back to the depressing migration. Last viewed call list. I'll check it. Thanks. You got it. Thank you for being here. All right, so we're doing this migration. We're wiping out the whole database. Great. Wasn't that fun? I don't think so. Now I'm going to save the SQL file. And so this is chore migrate. No, it's a feature. Save. What is the column called? Yeah. I'm just going to do this. Feature. This. This is the feature. We cool? Cool. What's your LinkedIn? John Vandeveer is my name. So pull up. Is it on my... so this is me. And it's streaming there right now. Oh, I guess we should wrap up the stream now. All right, so if you're on YouTube or whatever, thanks for tuning in. We're done with the stream. And I'm going to get back to coding, but it's done with the Python thing.